Hey everyone, it's BDevine, and I kind of got the feeling like I hadn't seen you and you hadn't seen me for ages. So here I am, and it's not the best setup right now because Pilot ate the bottom of my door, right? So I'll try to show you that if I can. See? But anyway, he thought that, well, he was locked in for some reason. There was a whole thing with our doors. Remember, I told you about that? Anyway, if you're watching, you would remember. So I just wanted to come on. I'm going to do a couple of cards and things like that, but we're also going to do later in the next upcoming videos some of the Lenormand and Nostradamus, the also the Gong Hei Fat Choi, because it's already September. It's like pushing through September. What is it? The third today. So it's already pushing through. Doesn't it feel like what's happened over the last few days, right? So this is what's happened. And I also want to just do a little bit of light code healing for you as well. I feel there's a few things that I feel, right, that you may be feeling as well, okay? The first thing is, when you're on the brink of change, okay? So it's coming, like you're going to start a new job or, you're moving to a new area or something like that. You already know it's happening, right? So you're kind of anticipating the feeling of doing that, like of being there, right? And we don't know what's sort of coming up in the near future for us. However, we have this feeling inside of us that something is like totally changing. Something is shifting. Something is almost here. And that's what it feels like. For me, at least, that's what it feels like I'm in. And of course, I am working with the Academy now. I'm just doing all of that work and I've finished pretty much. It's a couple of little fiddly things. So you can start anytime and we still get together for our Zoom calls. Now, we don't get together every single week, usually every 2 weeks, but I'm in contact with you guys pretty much all the time through our Telegram channel as well. So I really encourage people, if you really just want to heal yourself, I already have 3 people who have done semester 1, who were wanting to do this to improve their skills and move forward. They actually have websites now and they're all up and running. So you can connect with them as well. And that's how quickly it happens, because you have all of the confidence that you need you've got the answers you need to fix anything really when you do semester 1. Semester 2, you learn how to channel and you also learn past life healing, right? So my own way of doing this, which has had 100% success rate, because every little excuse someone might have is already covered. So you learn this as another practice. So everything that you're learning at the Academy are practices that you can use to heal yourself and then work with others. You come first and then you work with others. And soon I'm going to be putting out, lots and lots more publications and things. I'm just trusting that the universe is just going to say, here you go, here's someone that can help you, and here's the situation that can happen. Get your books out, get this out and get that out. There seems to be this, there's this change in the air, right? Of course, as we've already said, and it's happening, and we're going to feel that we're able to breathe, like we're going to have this relief, right? And also for people who have had nothing and you've been working and working and working at helping the world, giving your message, doing your healing, being kind to strangers, taking in people into your family, that you didn't know, and all the things that you've been doing. And it seems like it's gone unnoticed. The message I'm getting is all of that is about to change. Remember, if you looked at the September reading, it was all about overturning, right? Things overturning. That could mean, your mind could go anywhere with that. But this is more about the negatives. So overturning negatives into positives, right? We have some very, very, very evil energy that is trying to hang on for dear life around us, you know? And it's like, you know, when a flea, for example, okay, you do the flea wash, okay, and you know the flea's like coming out and it's still trying to burrow its way back in as fast as it can. Like it feels the soap, it feels the pressure, it feels the water, and then it starts trying to grab hold of the host again and burrow its way back in, okay? This is what's going on now, only we're talking about darkness, okay? So where darkness has been hanging on to the people, to the planet, it's been cleaned, it's been cleared, it's been washed, right? But it's still trying to burrow its way back in somehow, using anything that it can to hang on to it, right? So you see what I mean? Anything it can to hold on to its last, you know, like life thread, you know, it's half dead with all the soap and whatnot, and it's still hanging on. This is what we have now. So this is why things have escalated into such nuttiness, nutty proportions, you know, and maybe it takes that to happen for people to look at it in a bigger way rather than this party and that party, okay, and like the D's and the R's. Stop looking at it like that. Look at it as darkness and light, okay? We really need to change the whole, everything needs to be dissolved. There's corruption in all of it, I'm certain, right? So what we're doing is plucking out the biggest fleas and rinsing them out and getting rid of them. And those big ones are speaking the loudest. You need to take a notice of that. Like, they are making no sense, okay? They are acting like what they're saying actually really is making sense to us, and it's not. And they're allowing a division to try to happen between the people, right? This is happening everywhere: Australia, Canada, overseas, Europe, United States. Division, division, division in the name of unity. Remember when we first started to wear this face thing and they said, we're in this together? Do you remember when that came out? But really we weren't, were we? Because if you didn't want to wear one, you were hated on, right? And if you were wearing more than one, you were hated on as well, right? Have you seen the statistics? Have you seen the statistics for the C19 thing? If you haven't, I wrote down the other day. So anyway, I'm going to actually just show you. I'll take you to the website, okay? For some reason I'm being pushed to do this right now. Okay, so here we go. All right, everybody sees my computer. All right, come on. So the website, oops, oh, for God's sake. Okay, so the website, if I can get to it without this thing coming down. Give me another tab. There we go. Is okay, so we want to go to this website, right? Worldometers.info. Okay, so we have 7.9 billion people, current world population, right? So this one is going to give us lots of statistics, okay? And it's moving, it's in current time. So I like to show you this because we haven't looked at this chart in a while. So what we want to do is we have a look at the 7.9 billion people around the globe, right? This year there's been 94 million births. Okay, this is around the world. There's been 104,000 deaths today around the world. So the growth of the population, wow, isn't that amazing with such a serious pandemic? Look at the population growth, 54 million. Wow. And today, 144,000 today. I don't know how, that's net population growth. Okay. So we've got the public health care expenditure. This actually charts everything, okay? Now, there is something here, let me see. Energy, health. Okay, so the communicable diseases. This is all abortions this year, 28 million abortions. So 28 million babies were not born. But I want you to just pay attention to this number here, okay? HIV, so AIDS, 43 million, okay? 913,426 people are infected with HIV AIDS, right? So we're just going to look at some more information. The deaths this year, 1,131,060. I want you to remember this number, okay? So this year, it is only the 9th month. In 9 months, HIV has killed, let's say let's just be nice, 1.1 million people, okay, from HIV. This year have died, and we have 43.9 million affected around the globe as of today. Oh, infected as of today. Okay, I want to tell you why this is important. We're going to have a look at something. Now, I didn't even know I was going to be doing this. This is why it wasn't even ready to go. Okay, so 1.1 million have died this year. 1.1 million. I want to tell you that. Okay, so this year, and then we have, okay, so out of that, okay, so out of that, wait a second. All right, just going to do it this way because it's kind of easier when I'm typing here. I'll just get a calculator. So how could 1.1 million people die this year infected with AIDS and nobody knows about it? Okay, I'll just go back for a second. Let's have a look at the population of the world. So we've got 7.9 billion, 7.9. And then we want to minus. So 6.8%. So it has a death rate around the world this year of 6.8% of people, okay? If we go by 7.9 billion people. Anyway, the C19 in the whole since 2019 to 2022, okay? You ready? You ready for how ridiculous these numbers are? Right, let's take a look. Okay, so this is cases, not deaths around the world. So we have 609,747,062 cases of the C19, right? Out of that, the deaths, 6.5 million. That's from 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, right? That's 3 years, right? If we don't include 2019. So around about 3 years. Out of this number of cases, look how many recovered. Wow, that's quite a lot. So when you take this number and you delete this number. So we'll do this. So we take 609, 747, and 62 minus the people that recovered, right? That's fair enough. 586,054, 156 equals 236,929,006. 236 million, right? But those two, okay? So really, these are the cases. And out of those cases, so we've got the cases and we've got the ones that are recovered. We take that, what are we left with? Ones that might be quite unwell or whatever. So out of this number, we want to minus the 6.5, right? 6,502,105. So that comes down to 171,908,001. Okay, so 171. Okay, so those are the ones that are unwell. Remember, only 6.5 million have passed in all of these years for something that was a pandemic. So when we work it out, okay, so these, yeah, so sorry, 17.190801. That's the number I had. Of course, it was hard to read on my thing. So 17 million, sorry, 190,801. So in a mild condition, so these are people that are infected, 99.8% of them are in a just mild, cold and flu symptoms. 42,505, 0.2% are serious or critical, okay? And show the graph. It looked like it peaked January the 26th, 2022, like it went up pretty high, right? And then these are all closed cases. 99% of people, look, it's written in black and white, 99% of people recovered and were sent home. 1% of the world's population over the last 3 years passed away. Again, 2021 looked like right here, January 21st, yep, 3,831,115 was the case number then. Now we're down to 683,016, right? It's going back down again. So why did it reach a peak here? We'll see. See how it's going? It's dipping down again, right? It was very scary there for a while, so it looks. But even though that's the case, okay, even though that's the case, we have all of these total numbers of cases here. We have these numbers, so 1 million of them are from the United States here. Totally recovered is 92,296,661. Almost everybody totally recovers. It's another 8,600 or something newly recovered, right? And 1 million deaths in the United States of 330 million people. Wow, so let's work that out. 330 minus 330 million minus 1072,700 equals, which is what percent? Oops, hang on. Okay. So this is what we have here. Okay, so 107. So 330 minus 107.2 equals that. So that leaves That leaves 319 million 273 391. That can't be right. 31,927,300 people who are completely fine, okay, completely fine in the United States. Everybody else was so 319 31 million 927,300 people out of 330 million people in the United States are absolutely fine. Does this make any sense to you? Sorry about the numbers. It's like it's confusing to look on my computer because there's no decimal place or anything there, so it's like la 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 la. Right. So USA, of course. We go down to Australia. The total cases, like anyone that ever got infected over from 2019 to 2022, was 10 million. They had 14,000 deaths. Okay, total. So 10. See how this doesn't make any sense? 10 million people. The total recovered was 9,933,939. Like, look at all those nines and 3 9s. Australia only has 20 million people, so half of the population came down with it, and basically half of the population came through the other side as well. 14,000 deaths. Are they all completely isolated? All right, so we were basically locked down for something that clearly was not as dangerous as it was made out to be. So all the fighting and all the carrying on and everything everybody did. We want to have a look at the flu, for example. So for that, it's like less than 2%, not even 0.02% basically of the world passed away. But then you've got 1.1 million people from HIV that died just this year alone in this 9 months. Right, so I just want to go back to infectious. So communicable diseases, this is what's passed on. Seasonal flu this year, okay, 900 deaths today just from the flu. So every year, an estimate of 290,000 to 650,000 people die in the world due to flu. So 1,781 deaths per day due to that. Wow, way more than what we were just seeing, right? Right, so look at the deaths of children under 5. 5 million. Abortions are huge. AIDS is massive. Cigarettes smoked today. Well, that's not really a, so AIDS, infections. So yeah, communicable diseases can just include anything as well. How's that? Right? 43,913,000. Now, let me see if it gives us more information. This year, dates and statistics. Okay, so we don't want to go into that too much, but yeah, I mean, look at the people infected. How come? Why, after so many years, are so many people becoming infected with that? Okay, why is that okay? So to me, that's what I look at. I don't give us stuff what the government is telling me or some other company. I'm going to look at the live meters. And of course, I'm not very good at mathematics or anything like that, so feel free to double check everything and work out percentages. But can you see how ridiculous that is from what's happened? So we have to understand that as we go through these changes spiritually, we no longer can have information just, there it is right there in the open, but nobody was using it. Right, so we can't have that anymore. where things are just swept under the carpet. Oh, don't listen to that. You want to do this, and you want to make sure you, and I agree, we should have done this in the very beginning. Okay. And I am so sick to death of it. I'm so sick to death of people driving in their car alone with it on. You know, people staring you down like you've got a real bad, you know, disease, and this thing is supposed to stop it anyway, isn't it? You got one on. So then you have this from the US president screaming at everybody and frowning at us and angry at us. You got the other one, you know, the one that starts with T and ends with P, and oh, this could be happening, and this could be happening, and this could be happening, and everyone's like, nyeh. You got people in Mississippi with no water, no help, no bottled water, no nothing, nobody cares. You've got people coming all the way across the border. I'm all for immigration, don't get me wrong, right? You got to do it properly though. This is ridiculous, right? You've got, everybody else has had to do it properly. Any immigrant would be telling you that as well. Well, I had to go through the right channels. I was an American citizen, born that way, and I didn't have anything to really prove it. I mean, I was gathering all of my information and stuff. I was treated like a criminal when I came over here. You know, nearly taken in a back room like, okay, we'll work you out. Well, if you're an American citizen, they cannot kick you off the soil. I knew that, right? And I knew who I was. Like, I knew I was an American citizen. I'd lived here before, right? I had a passport. I had a social. I just didn't know any of them, right? And we had to come over properly. My son, again, treated like a criminal, you know, and has his passport. There it is, you know. People come over and they do the right thing, and that's only fair. I really feel that way, right? We need security in our countries. But this whole stuff that we've been seeing has been an absolute attack on humanity. And that's what gets to me. There are many of us that have been trying to lead and help you and guide you all the way through this. You know, the amount of years that, you know, and the amount of work that I've done that has been for absolute free because of people's circumstances and situations. And again, you know, willing to help you as long as you put the effort into the work that you're given, right? Otherwise, there's no point. And we help people all of the time. The underdogs, as I've said to you in other readings, the underdogs are going to win. This is about timelines. This is about focusing your energy and focus on where you want it to be. This is about remembering the founding fathers here, right? And what they put into place. We have to respect that. You know, you have no idea what they went through to get it, other than things you might see or look at or films or whatever, right? But feeling that energy of just wanting to be free and wanting everyone to be free, you know, and there were wrong things that were done, you know, the people treated terribly. We know this, right? It's disgusting what humans do to each other. Let's just say it that way. Being a spiritual person, you know, and I don't even, saying the word spiritual is hard nowadays because there's so many that will just claim it and really, really destroy people, right? But doing this work and seeing the real message that's supposed to be given to humanity, and seeing how people will pick that apart. Even if you said, okay, just let everybody love each other and just do what they would like to do, as long as they're not hurting another human being or animals, right? Innocence, right? Let people have their own choices, decide if they want to be a boy or girl or something in between, or an animal, whatever you want to be. I don't care. To each your own. Just own it. Own it, you know? Just be it. You don't need anyone to say, oh, you're that? Okay, congratulations, and let's hold you up and let's have parties for you. I don't need anyone to do that for me. Wow. Oh, you're married? Oh, okay, well, congratulations, party, party, party. And don't assume I'm not married. Don't assume I'm single. Don't assume I'm blonde. Right? How stupid are we going to get? You know what I mean? Again, to each their own. My stepmom used to say, to each their own, said the maid as she kissed the cow. In other words, leave it. Are you a good person? Do you really want to hurt children? Do you want to hurt animals? Do you want to shoot people? You know, what's your motive, right, in life, right? Because that's what really matters. We are, all of our blood runs the same color, right? Doesn't it? Think so. We all bleed the same, right? So what I believe in is the nonsense of talking, the nonsense of speak in general. And the spiritual thing is all about feeling. It's all about telepathy. It's all about acceptance. It's all about love. And it's all about understanding that we're brothers and sisters, right? That's where I stand. And seeing the numbers is not to point out a Democratic or a Republican stance on anything. I really don't give a crap about governments or politics or anything. I hate seeing the evil agenda winning, though. I hate seeing people falling for it. I want everyone to just wake up and say, we no longer need that kind of government. We need the people of the earth to have the say, right? To decide, to have a council, right? Something like this. And people who have, who stand there and they're clearly drunk, clearly drunk, clearly abusing their powerful positions, spending billions and billions of dollars that we don't have, throwing the United States into complete disarray for their own evil agendas and cover-ups, and got to give this one to this one, so this does, and the falseness that's going to come through before it all gets revealed. I hope that you're all ready for the next big phase that they're going to pull. And I'm just saying this because for the last, since this all began 2020 or whatever, I've got to be careful. I can't mention someone's name. I can't say Trump and people go, oh, well, she's a Trumper. Like, blah, blah, blah. I'm gone. I can't say Democrats. Well, she hates Democrats, so she must hate this person and this. And I don't give. That's the thing. To me, all of it is evil. All of it shouldn't be there. All of it should have been torn down a long time ago. But you can't agree with the way in which this country is being run right now. And I would say the same thing if Mr. T was up there and he was running the country into the ground, And the thing is with, oh gosh, the spirit's talking to me. Thing is with Mr. B up there, he takes his salary, he makes sure that he gets his cut, right? And he gives all of the money to other countries. Inflation, the petrol prices, the food prices, farms just being destroyed, Jacksonville not having any water, people wandering across the border. Like, there's so many things that are just not right, no matter what side of the fence that you're on. And it has to almost be this way so that people can finally go, wow, really, I don't think I want this. I think we want to have a free country. And you know what? It goes back a long, long time, right? It goes back just forever, okay, with evil agendas taking control of humanity. Now, again, I want to express that no matter what happens between now and the end of the year, okay, remember that the light, our celestial teams, the actual source of all, has already won this whole situation, which means that anything that is not of the light or is corrupted, and anyone who is corrupted no matter how safe they think they are with all their money to cover everything up, okay, anyone who is corrupt is exposed. Okay, so I keep telling people, I'm doing these readings for people, and I'm like, don't worry. You may not see the justice happen, right? You may not physically be able to see it, but it will be overturned and things will be exposed and money will be distributed fairly to the people, right? And if we even need money in the long term, probably not. Things are going to change around. You know, that's how it is. But when people are in positions of power and are abusing positions of power, okay, and you know it and you feel it and it's affecting you, okay, and it's harder and harder and harder and harder. Many people are giving up. I live in Colorado. Veterans are homeless everywhere. Families, animals on the street. You know, we took in a kid that was basically homeless. He's here, right? He's coming here because there's just, you can't afford, they keep on raising prices on everything. You know, it's 300, 400 a week to go shopping for anyone now, right? A week. That used to be a month, right? Unless you're big eaters. But we you know, we eat quite well, like was in, you know, plenty of fresh salads and vegetables, and we buy bottled water and stuff like that. So, you know, nothing fancy, and it's a lot. And the reason is because that's happening for a reason, to kill us off, basically. People who can't afford it and just keep the elites, and they are not going to win at that agenda. They think they're getting away with it. Let them think it, okay? I want you to remember those numbers and look up that website for yourself, all right? And you will see all the numbers of things. And then, you know, think about the worldwide population and, you know, really work out some percentages here. And especially with the C19. Too many people have the jib jabs and are zombies. They are forgetful. My dad died. My husband's mum died soon after. People will get a cancer all of a sudden. It's just there, you know, like it's rapid fire. You know, people talking about clots and that. So it's really not good. There is no long-term evidence of these jib jabs doing anything other than giving you C19, right? Just be aware what you're watching, because I know it's spread like wildfire through social media and stuff, this, that, and it's all there to try to get us all to fight with each other, right? To argue with each other. If you know a truth deep enough in your soul, live it. You know, for me and my husband as well, and the light leaders, of course, we just take one day at a time and we keep making the best of it and, you know, spreading light on the situations around the globe and visualizing that there's some kind of reckoning, right? That there's some kind of compensation for the world, that there's some kind of situation where these people are held accountable for what they've done, no matter who they are. Criminals across the board, not even just all of the elites, criminals across the board. Children are rescued. If you don't believe that there's children being trafficked, etc., I feel sorry that you don't believe that, because it's actually happening. How many children go missing every single year, never found? What do you think happens to them? They just evaporate into thin air? You know, they're taken. That's what happens. You know, they're targeted and taken. And it really should have been, oh, sorry. See, when my guides are here, my nose itches. That's one of the signs they gave me many years ago. Your nose is going to itch. Oh, great. But many years ago, you know, I was very, very lucky to escape that. Let's just put it that way. There was some situation, my mother worked for the government in Western Australia, And, you know, this bizarre thing happened. And 3 days later, my mother came back and got me from this group of people. Now, were they supposed to keep me and pass it on and, you know, all the stuff that they do with children? I think so. Somehow I got out of there 3 days later, right? I don't even know how I know it was 3 days. It's just always been in my memory that way. But the things that they did in the 3 days, anyway. So, angels, will you please? It's like someone's got a feather and it's like, anyway, so all of this, okay, all of this comes down, and that takes a little time, of course, but whistleblowers and people coming forward, people are going to start, they look, when a ship is going down, the rats jump out first, right? Here they come. Listen out for it. Do the statistic stuff yourself. Again, I wasn't even going to talk about this, but in my work, you know, having the last, you know, 2 years or whatever, full on with all this happening, the people, the families, the children, the situations, the pain that's been caused by this. You know, this is crimes against humanity, because there was no need for the worldwide lockdown that was happening and the panic that was caused, right? At first, you can imagine, okay, let's figure out what this is. All right. But then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do 100 days. Does anyone realize everybody gave, you know, when it first came out, like 2020, right? Mr. T got all of this crap for how he handled it and the amount of deaths, okay? Which, can you imagine this happening while you're the president, okay? So regardless of what you feel, there was a number of deaths that happened in the first year, right? But guess what happened in the second year when Mr. B was in, and we had 100 days of face coverings? Do you know what the numbers were? You want to go back to this worldometers. 3 times the amount of people died in the second year than died in the first year, where it was going like wildfire. 3 times as many people for this particular person who gave terror. I mean, imagine being blamed for all of these people's deaths. And there he is with 3 times the number. 3 times the number. Over 600,000 in the second year, 2021. Right? And we're still going through 2022 yet. But okay, did you know that? You can look that up. And yet everything was about how this Mr. T had done all this wrong stuff. Yeah, he'd done plenty of wrong stuff. Right? Plenty. But he didn't have as many deaths as Mr. B, who gave us 100 days of this and locked everybody in, and everybody was all stressed out, and petrol goes through the roof, and, you know, crisis is here and crisis there. The Afghanistan thing, like, come on. You know, I'm never going to forget those people falling off the plane, and oh my God, the animals that were just left behind. No. The equipment, billions and billions of dollars, just handed it all to them, you know, and nobody talks about it. But, you know, there's mistakes everywhere. Like, don't get me wrong, okay? There's mistakes everywhere, on the red, the blue. If you're in Australia, hello, ridiculousness. So, you know, there was, hang on a second. What's taken over? Oh, the puppies. I'll show you. We have the 2 puppies left with us now. See if you're going to be able to see them. This is them in the lounge room right now. They're taking over the lounge room. They got the pillows. They're like... So we got the 2 left now. So cute. I'm like, they've taken over. I'm like, what? Do you know what I'm talking about down here? He's taken over. Oh my God. So yeah. So 3 times as many. So, and nothing was said to him, like, you know, well, you've caused all of this and you've caused all of that, you know. And then he comes yelling at us with the red background and the Marines and the, who was the last person that did that? We all know, you know. Do you feel comfortable, you know, with this? It all has to fall apart. So what we're going to do is a quick card message with the Tarot Grand Lux. Okay, so you'll be able to see them pretty well. I know, see how white my face is going? And then at the end, I'm going to do a bit of healing. Oh, excuse me, a bit of healing. So what can we expect? If this keeps on going, the whole 1984 Orwellian agenda kind of thing will unfold itself. That's why I asked you all to do the destiny code and jump into that future that you want for yourself. So for me, it's hard because I'm pulled back into it by people and situations, because this is my everyday work. So people are going to be talking about it, and so immediately you're down. But I can tell you right now, there is a reason for all of this taking place. There is a reason for this whole nightmare that we're seeing. It has to be this way, and it will bring us the greatest freedoms that we're ever going to see in our life. We have to stay extremely positive, okay? And we have to stick with freedom as well. Sovereignty, right? Understand your sovereignty. Okay, so what can you tell us about September 2022? Okay, so the first card that we have here, hopefully you can see it, is the Knight of Wands. Aren't these awesome cards? This is called the Tarot Grand Lux. Okay, so this is the Knight of Wands. So he moves quite quickly, not as quickly as a Knight of Swords, but he's moving quickly to action, bringing in action, bringing in change, okay, bringing in creation, bringing in swift energy, right? And then we have the Star. So we have the healing that's come right up with it. It's just right there for us, okay? This is going to balance. This is going to heal by Christmas time. The Star is a Christmas time card. By Christmas time, we will see our hopes and dreams right in our face. So the other thing with the, I'm just looking at this really quickly. The other thing with the Knight of Wands, it's very passionate energy. So someone with a passionate cause, you know, coming forth for us as well. So, you know, after destruction, so in the tarot, this is number 17, right? And it comes up after the Tower card, which is total destruction. So after the destruction, we see the healing, we see the hope, right? We see the situation change. The light at the end of the tunnel. It's amazing, the wording here. Representing inspiration, self-reflection. Yeah, so it's all after the destruction, we have this time of reflection. We have this time of looking at things differently, right? Okay, what else is going to happen? So that's going to be by Christmas time, but I really asked about September 2022. Yep, look, the dragons are with us. I'm telling you, I started bringing all my dragon cards out a couple of days ago. The dragons are here. September 2022, changes financially. The chaos, you know, we're moving into calmer times. We have our support with us to do so. You guys seeing how green my eye is right now? It's like amazing. Okay, all positive, right, so far? But my eyes are green, but they've changed like a lot. If you ever see anyone whose eye is like this, where you can see the bottom of it, like I don't want to pull my eye down too much, but you know how you can see the whites at the bottom, like Billie Eilish, she has that, right? Or Eilish or whatever the heck her name is. I don't listen to her music, but I've seen her eyes. And that is a sign of disaster. It's a sign of having a very drastic passing away. For example, Princess Diana. Go have a look at hers. They're like that. You know, it's the whites are visible underneath, right? It's a lot of actors and things have it, and you know they're the ones that like Aaliyah. Brittany Murphy was another one, right? So it's called something, and I forget. Starts with an S. But it's something about that where they are headed in this life, or they've come into this life to go right up to the top or be famous or whatever they're doing, and then have a tragic passing. All right. So anyway, what else have we got here? September. See, the children again. Freedom. Celebrations. Really, really quickly. Things happening really, really fast, right? Why that is wild passion right there. Things taking place really quickly. Movement. Victory. Look. Oh my God. Not without our losses. Not without our losses. So, you know, oh boy. So this is a major leadership role. Let's see more about this, okay, and what's going to happen here with this leadership. Why not? Take them all down, I reckon. Okay. The Emperor, this leader, what's going to happen with this leader? Wherever you are, what's going to happen? Because whatever happens here happens everywhere. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Four of Swords. That is the card of hospital, of rest, of pulling back. Illnesses can come up here, and even death can come up here, but not unless there are other cards to support it. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I need to know more information. Remember how I said the word overturning? What's going to happen here? Ooh. King of Swords. This is authority. I wouldn't want to be messing with this guy. This is someone who speaks their truth. This is authority at the highest levels. It's okay. All right. Okay. All right. So what else is happening here with our leader? Wow. The Magician is there. So it seems to me, oh my God, everybody's coming forth. Okay. So something, you see, because the Magician is self-created, like able to create anything that they want, to manipulate situations as well. So we're seeing this person in authority, and we're probably seeing someone else coming forth who may appear to be one way or helpful, but could actually not be. So we want to have a look a little bit more. Could be tricky, right? We think of Loki, you know, in Viking stuff. All right. Okay, what is happening here? September 2022. Oh God. There's the destruction. This has no choice but to finish, regardless of it however that means to you, right? It has to finish. It has to. Look. All right. Tell me more about this. Is crazy. Okay, we have all this positive stuff, and then when we asked about leadership, it's like, okay, so tell us more about the tower, because we know the tower is a structure that crumbles because it wasn't built on a solid foundation. So anything that is not built on a truthful foundation is going to fall apart. Spiritual leaders, spiritual teachers, if they're corrupt in any way, right? If they have been hiding something, if they are doing dark, evil spells on people, they are going down. It's going to be seen, okay? Okay. So what does this mean with the tower? God. Oh my God, I'm sorry, everybody, but it's like, it's deeper and deeper and deeper. What does that mean? The Ten of Swords is also a beginning card, because 1 plus 0 is 1, right? So this is an ending that begins something else. And the ending looks pretty tough, right? It's defeated. It's something defeated. So this is come right next to the tower. There's definite defeat here, right? Okay. It's an ending. Okay. The Tower and the Ten of Swords. Just clarify those again, please. Yep, it's communication. I'm sorry, but the information, communication, the Ace of Swords, that's what it's about. A new start in the way that we cognitively think. There's the eagle. Okay, the eagle represents the higher self as well. And it doesn't have a double-headed eagle here. That is an Illuminati thing. When you see the double-headed eagle, this is something that we covered in the Destiny Code, where you can see all those things, right? This is a month. This is a month. One Ace of Swords is 1 month, right? A month. We see the end. We see total destruction going on here. We see people thinking that they can change it by tricking us. We see someone coming forth in high authority. This could even be someone who's an ambassador of some kind. This could even be a higher being. I hate saying that, but it could even be a higher being that just makes themselves known. This is like the Archangel Michael right here. Okay. We asked what happens, and there's an illness here. What happens to the leader? There's an illness here. There's a rest. There's a respite. There's a away from the limelight, like taking time away, something going on. And this particular night, okay, he is dreaming or thinking about his days on the battlefield. Like he's thinking about what his life was, right? And this is, they usually bury the knight with their sword. If you were a Knights Templar, for example, and you were found dead with money on you, they would let the dogs eat you. Like, you know, there's great, whatever honor there is here, they would have their sword or in honor for the battles won or whatever. But we ask specifically about that leader, right? Where is he? Oh, yeah. going to happen to him. So I'm going to read the Four of Swords from here. Wow. Again, I didn't expect this to be a bigger reading. I'm about to go jam on my guitar. Four of Swords, Four of Swords. Okay. So this is the one when we ask specifically about, okay. Opinions vary to whether the knight in this card is merely resting or dead. To me, it's the latter. I've created an image that can be interpreted either way. So this is from the maker of the cards. The additional faded figure in the top right might be interpreted as a dream, where our sleeping knight once again relives his battles and glories of the day. Or one could see it as his spirit or soul leaving his earthly body, right? So in the stained glass window, there is a PX monogram in the window. I don't think you can see it. It's kind of like right there. There it is. Okay. And it is on the stained glass window, connects tarot with Christianity, as the monogram is made of the first two letters of Christ's name in the Greek alphabet. So the symbol is called a Chi-Rho, which is the origin of, or Chi-Rho, which is the origin of the writer's name and also how it's pronounced, okay? So he believes that this meant in the olden days that this was actually someone's passing, okay? And in fact, we also had the Three of Swords came up in the reading earlier, and we also had the Ten of Swords, okay, right? Along with the Tower. We also had the Chariot come up, and this could be an accident, okay? So we have the traveling over water. We have the Chariot over land. And then you have the Ace of Wands come up with the dragon stuff on it. And then you had the Ace of Swords, okay? So the beginning is going to be fiery and you know, full on, right? And the voices are going to be heard here. We are remembering that we are victorious, okay? And by Christmas time, everything is settled down a lot better, a lot nicer. Just wanted to tell you also, like my readings for 2023, I'm going to start doing those coming up here soon. You'll be able to order yours because I end up rushing so much by the end of the year. So I want to get that out early enough for you all. And you can always join the academy and get yourself going. My tarot classes are coming up end of October. Okay. So can you see this? And this is when I was thinking to myself, what does this mean? It means happiness for us all. The Ten of Cups, what we want to have happen is a relaxed life. You know, it doesn't mean we don't want to work hard. I still want to achieve dreams. Like, you know, I think it's, for me personally, you know, to be able to have so much work over the last 30 years that I've given to humanity and know that if something comes into my lap now, that I've done that work to bring it forth. To me, that is satisfaction. I wouldn't want to just be born into wealth, I don't think, because, you know, I don't think I would ever turn to spirituality if that was the case. Why would you? Everything's going great in your life. Spirituality comes in when we're trying to figure out our mental problems, right? We want to know what's going to happen. We're always like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And it's like, well, what do you want to have happen? Because if you set your direction in that way, without intending to brainwash anybody else or hurt anybody else, or, what I want to happen is this person in my life, that's not free will. It has to be within free will for yourself. Okay, so I'm going to trick the cards, okay? Once again, I'm going to leave this Emperor card out, right? This is representing worldwide leadership, okay? So I am going to shuffle this all up. And I realized you guys don't get to see me much anymore, so here I am. Just had, you know, the older years' birthdays. To me, I'm just a kid, right? I'm actually thinking about, I know I've been talking about this for years and years and years, but now that I am technically older, although I'm not, right? I'm thinking about also doing tutorials for skincare, you know, makeup and things like that. And what I would like to do is, you know, taking, say, for example, the 1920s or the 1930s, 40s, going right up or whatever, and taking looks and seeing if we can recreate it, right? And, you know, doing it together. Like, I'm thinking about that in all of my spare time. But, you know, I don't know. It's just a fun thing for me, right? Just to mess around with. Okay. All right. Because I've got a few tips and tricks for you all. So especially with skincare, like you all ask me, you know, what I do to my skin. And I tell you that I just use the natural oils. And especially just been using the ones that I make now with the crystals in them. And I'll use that to wash my face, to leave on my face at night, you know, basically for everything, right? And no soap. Don't use soap. Okay. All right, Emperor. See, this could also include religion as well. So what is going to happen September 20, I'm tricking the cards, September 2022 with worldwide leadership. What is going to happen? Well, okay, so it brought about religion. It brought spirituality here. So we said it could mean religion as well. Look at him. Okay, so it brought religion or it brought spirituality. Okay, so let's take a look. What can you tell us? Okay, what does this mean? Worldwide, what does this mean? What does that look like? It's like the Five of Wands is you know, defensive action, right? Fighting within yourself as well. Something that causes a ripple effect of people pissed off because they've been lied to, okay? And I feel that has to do with religion as well, because you've been lied to about what that really is, the satanicness of it. And I was also just looking at something earlier about the popes that came forth with the crooked, what is it, like a staff, you know, that they walk along with and hold up in the air with the Christ on it, that it was satanic, especially when it became crooked. Anyway, all right, so what's happening with worldwide leadership? Wow. So anyone caught holding, so this is the Hanged Man. So anyone caught holding money or, you know, being corrupt, again, like we said, could actually face, I can't tell where it is, actual big problems here. There could be, you know, everyone can see this hangman right now. Everyone can see this. Everyone is going to see it. Okay. And actually this has a globe on there. Yep. Overseas money laundering. Okay, hang on. Anyone that's doing it, red or blue, black or white, green or brown, yellow or purple, it doesn't matter who you are. You can't get away with it because you're dealing with the divine here, right? So what else can we know about this? What else can we know about this? Oh, we already know the secrets. This is about secrets. And this is about, like, the high priestess, she knows the secrets. Again, a feminine power, right? Knowing the secrets of everything. And we have a knowing then because of this. Okay. All right. Tell us more. We keep seeing these birds as well. Birds are always birds coming up in the cards are usually your spirit guides as well, right? Spirit. What else is going on here? And then here, what happens? So everything was an illusion. This is an illusionary card. People feel like, people are acting like they're in fantasy land, right? And we've got decisions to make. Things have been an illusion. What else have we got here? Look at us winning. You see, this is always reward and recognition. Okay, this is winning a situation, and it's important. Okay, it's a very, very important situation here. Okay, final card. Final card. Yep, it's a truth. It's a truth coming out. And this may have to do with, and it's got the bird, see, on the shoulder. This may have to do with like communication, like social media and all that sort of stuff as well. It has no choice but to come out. Okay, so what is going to come out? Last card. Here comes our Knight of Wands again. It's coming out fast. Okay, the information is about practices, things that have been going on, things that we haven't been able to see. Wow. Okay. So what's the final and absolute message of September 2022 for the people? For the people, what's coming for the people? What's coming for the people of the world? Peace. Good news. Good news is coming for the people of the world. And it's coming quickly. And we need to pay attention. And we need to make sure that our energy is in alignment. Okay, that our energy is powerful here. Okay. All right, so we went over and over and over again. Okay. Now, I'm going to take you through a little bit of healing. So if you have something that you would like healed or some healing energy sent towards it, okay, all you do is you say, okay, I'm just going to imagine all of that stuff, whatever's going on with you, coming to the front of my body, right? Because I'm going to be working from the front. So I'm going to be working from the front, bringing this energy down. And I just don't know how to explain it to you other than I just go with my feeling. That's what the whole thing is about. Okay. If you have something that you want clarity on, if you want the activation for your own powers and your own abilities, and if you want healing relief, all right, so you would watch this part of the video where the healing comes in, right? And you would watch it 3 times a week, okay? It'd be best to do it for 3 weeks, right? So 3 times a week, and for 3 weeks, let it integrate. Let the healing just unfold. Don't even think about it. Just let it unfold and trust, okay, mate, I don't really want to have this anymore, or I don't feel like I want to eat that, or I'm going to change doctors, or whatever it is. Just go with that flow, drink plenty of water, rest when you need to, and know that as things are leaving, you'll get some kind of symptom. So for example, if anger's leaving, you might get fevers, you might get an infection come to the surface, depending on what side of the body it is. Okay, so fevers and infections are anger coming out, right? If you get a flu or a cold or a flu and it's in the head, then you're getting some kind of rewiring here because of the work that you're doing, right? So there's little different things. Drink plenty of water during this process, okay? All right. No. All right, ready? I'm just going to change this music real quick. All right, let's get some. Hurry, an ad will come up first. Oh, come on. All right. Okay. All right, you ready? Getting ready for the healing now. This will take as long as it takes. Okay. All right. So it is what it is, and there is so much that's going on in that I can't even explain how that even works. But a lot of beautiful healing energy and healing angels like flying around to try to work on each one of you. Okay, so just accept it. You may see colors, you may see sparks of light, you may feel tingles of energy as things are adjusting, and a lot of you had some like negative attachments, so it's like got to dissolve all that stuff, all those connections as well. So work with your crystals, you know, work with your crystals, bring them close, make sure you're grounded as well, and sending you all many blessings. I hope that you enjoyed the video today. I know that there was a lot we were talking about that doesn't fit everybody's way of thinking, and that's absolutely fine. My way of thinking is worldwide, and not even worldwide. In some cases, it's mostly celestial. So, you know, we can create whatever we want for ourselves and our life. We just have to have a vision of success instead of a vision of failure. And right now, more than ever, we need to make sure that our focus is totally disregarding any negative agendas that are around, okay? And focusing your energy specifically on where you want to be, all right? What do you want to be doing in the next 6 months? Where do you want to be? Do you want to continue struggling? Or do you want to have everything lifted and peaceful and different in your life, okay? Because whatever you think about, you bring about, right? The universe can't differentiate between thoughts and words. So make sure you're keeping them exactly focused as well. Sending many blessings. You know how to find me, BDevineonline.com. I will have some slots open soon for mentoring sessions, etc. If you want to get started with healing yourself and your own business, I do promote the people that are coming through, the light leaders. And there's a place going up on my website where all of them will be available. If you feel drawn to anybody, they will be there, the graduates. So thank you all so much. Sending many, many blessings, lots of love, and bye for now. Bye for now. Be safe.